Listen up, ladies. Would it be valuable to you if you could truly create a life that you love? Reducing age to just a number, like, can you imagine it? Can you picture that in your mind? Like you're living life totally fulfilled, slaying negativity in your life wherever you need to, waking up with a big smile on your face every single day. And can you feel that in your body? Can you feel it in your heart, in your soul? And then how are others around you reacting to this version of you? In today's episode, we are diving deep into this with our guest speaker. So buckle in. I'm awesome Angie Inkstrom.
And I'm Gita Adgard. And we are so happy and proud to have you as a guest today. Welcome, Corinne.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
we're so happy to have you. Now, some of you might not know Corinne, so I'm just going to share a short bit about her. Hope that's okay. Corinne, she's actually a yoga teacher, a Reiki practitioner, and a certified magnetic mind coach. Wow,
Right.
amazing. So many things.
Yeah.
And she's combined all her talents into movement, energy work, and mindset coaching. She's combined all of this into helping women plus 50 create a life they truly love.
Uh-huh.
So we are so happy to have you here today, and looking forward to it, Corinne.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Kerrine Ramsey, to the Momentum Maker podcast.
Thank you.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, let's have fun.
Let's go for it. So
Let's have
talk,
fun.
yes, we're all about
Mhm.
fun. That's a big
Yeah,
belief for us
definitely.
here.
Do everything in fun.
Yes. So tell us, Kerrine, what got you started in your business?
Oh, wow. I was in horrible pain. I mean, I could spend 2 years telling you, but I'll shorten it.
Ah,
I had pain in my both shoulders, both wrists, both knees, both hips, both ankles. I had pain because I commuted very far for my job. So it was very stressful. So the stress manifested in my body. So
Ah,
I had one time I thought I was going to lose one of my because I had they call it a frozen shoulder. The doctors call it a frozen shoulder. I couldn't like put my arm behind me. So at one point I thought I was going to lose my arm. So I spent 6 months in therapy. And I remember I had to get up early in the morning just to go to the therapy before I went to work, which was stressful. So 6 months in therapy before my arm could finally, and I was terrified that I was going to lose my arm. And then after that, I had another shoulder pain injury, back, my hip, my knee, my ankle. And so I was in the physical therapy office like every other month. And then I had to go on the weekends because, of course, I was so busy during the week, so I had to go on the weekends. And on the weekends, they transferred the therapy office to the gym. And in the gym, they had a yoga class. So she said to me, Karine, you're going to be seeing me every single month for the rest of your life if you don't do some kind of physical activity.
mm.
So I saw the yoga class and just was drawn to it. So I think the following week I took a class. I did the poses. It was wonderful. And we lay down in Savasana and oh my God, I was in heaven. When we finished and I got up, I was in no pain. And I
Wow,
decided, I think
so
decide
powerful.
yeah, I decided after that I felt it in my heart that I wanted to be a yoga teacher. So I went and I
Mm.
studied the yoga in 2020, right? I think right during before COVID, but then I did it during COVID. It was amazing.
oh, that's
Yes.
incredible.
So yes, and yeah. So then and then so no, there was no more pain in my body, but I still had negative thoughts,
Mm.
um anxiety, um sometimes depression, a lot of negative thoughts. So I found out about Chris Duncan and his magnetic for so I had another in my heart. God put in my heart to be a coach also.
Mm.
So I took the course with Christopher Duncan at Conscious Education, and oh my God, that changed my life. Oh my God, it's amazing the processes that he has to the structure that he has. He set it up in a structure so you can create what you want and remove what's in the way of you getting to what you want. So
Mm.
what I've done is I've combined the yoga for the physical, because even when you coach, you sit down and you coach, you still have to get up and take action.
Right.
Nothing works. No modality works unless you get up and take action. You have to take action. So I combined it so that you get up and you move your body, because the Surgeon General says you have to move your body,
Mm.
especially when you're 50 plus, because when you get 50 plus, you lose muscle mass, you lose bone density, and so you have to do some for he says I think 150 minutes a week, so 15 minutes a day of some form of exercise movement. You must do that, especially over 50, and you have to keep your mind active by doing processes to keep your mind active.
Yeah, that's
So you
Oh,
powerful.
so
this
after a
is
while, age will be
fascinating.
a number, right?
Yeah, so true, so true.
Mhm.
Now, Corinne, would you tell us about the process you use when you work with clients? How you
Yeah.
help them get results? Yeah.
Yes. Well, I had some yoga classes recently, and the clients told me how um, they felt less stress after doing the yoga movements, and they didn't feel any pain in their knee. And one of my clients
Mm,
said after the yoga session, she felt air, because one of the important things, oh, I also mentioned when you get over 50, plus, I don't like to say over 50, I said plus 50, 50 plus, you lose you lose energy. Your energy is not as much as it was when you were like 25, right? The things that we practice in yoga, the breathing techniques, that brings energy into your body when you practice them the right way. That's what I teach also, to bring the oxygen in
mm,
your body, and that so that it raises, so your energy is here, and then when you do the breathing exercise, it raises your energy. So you have more energy and more, you feel more vibrant. You're not, you feel more vibrant and more energetic even though you're 50 plus. So you can still maintain your energy, you can still maintain your balance, you can still be vibrant and active,
mm,
especially when we do. So how do I help? So that's with the yoga. Now with the mindset, there was a client who had arthritis in her hands.
mm,
And we did a procedure where we went into the family entanglements, and we found out that from her mother's side, she was doing, it's called suffering obligations of love.
mhm,
I maybe I should explain that. It's like what happens is that when you're younger and you need your parents to take care of you, you will do anything to please them. So you take
mm,
on some of their burdens. So she took on this burden
mm,
as if, Mom, I will feel the pain so that you don't have to suffer. Yeah, surprisingly, we take this on. And this is proven with Bert Hellinger. He wrote a book about that, about you take on the suffering obligations of your parents. For a simple example, is like you see your father taking the wood into the house, and you say, Dad, I'll help you. But then, because you want to be part of the family, but then there's some things you may want to help him with that's not that simple. Like, Dad, I see you're in pain. Dad, I don't want you to be in pain. I'll be in pain so you don't have to suffer so much. And
mm,
unconsciously, you take that pain on, and you're suffering all the while not understanding why you're taking on this pain. So we did a process where she released it, and she was like, wow, I didn't know that what was happening to her. And then I have another client who she wanted to lose weight. She wanted to lose weight. She had health problems. So I said to her, let's do your values. So she said, what are your values? She says security, friendship, and she said some other things. And I said, you have a whole list, and health is not even anywhere on the list. No wonder you have problems with your. Then she rejigged it, and she put health first, because your values are what drive you. Get up in the mornings, your
mm,
values are what drive you. So when you change your values and you put health as first, when you get up in the morning, you're thinking about health. So now she tells me she get up in the mornings, all she thinks about is doing her workouts, eating healthy, and that's her priority. But her priority was security, um, friendship, travel, and everything else but health. She didn't
mm,
realize that that was not a priority. So those are my examples of people that I've helped with the yoga and with the conscious education mindset coaching.
mm.
That's
So,
fantastic.
so yeah, yeah, it's amazing. I was just thinking, so you sort of adapt your techniques to the individual you're talking to, or is it more like the same process, or how do you do it?
Well, When it comes to coaching, you I have I get the client in a creative structure because a lot of people they
Mm,
come with a
mm,
negative. Oh, I want to not have pain. I want to I want to lose weight. So what we do, we try to get them out of that negative mindset and go into, get out of the low energy and go up higher, go higher, go
mm,
higher. And what's the highest energy? I choose health and vitality. And then when you choose health and vitality, then we go through the 5 steps with the coach and you choose a choice, you get into the emotion of the end result because you have to be it to see it. You have to get
mm,
into the emotion of the end result every day. So and especially I teach about a morning routine where you get up every morning and you go through your 4 core choices. I choose
ah,
to live a life that I love. I choose health and vitality. For me, I for the 50 pluses, I say I choose vibrant health, youthfulness, and longevity.
wow, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Nice.
vibrant health, youthfulness, and longevity. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life, and I choose to live my true nature and purpose. So you visualize that every morning, and you do a physical workout about 15 minutes. And if you
Mm,
do that every day and do a meditation, the
mm,
breath work to bring the energy in your body, and the meditation to bring you inner peace and to empower your mind
mm,
so that you because you have it's part of the self-care because your body's like the garden and you have to take care of it, water it, and put the fertilizer in it and guard it from people coming in and take it stealing your stuff away. You have to be able to say no to things that don't serve you so that you can take care of your garden because you have to take care of your garden so that you can show your beautiful flowers when they grow up,
mm,
or else you won't have anything to show. So, mhm,
That's awesome.
mm,
mhm,
And I want to double back a little bit to really emphasize the point about the 50 plus,
mhm,
because I remember years ago reading a book called Younger Next Year. Have you ever heard of
mhm.
the book? It
Um,
I haven't, it's an old series. Like he has a whole series of books. And
wow.
I
Mhm,
just remember reading it because it's one chapter is like this guy, he's in his 80s or something like that, and he's going to the doctor with all the aches and pains. And so it's his version, the 80-year-old version, and then the doctor has the next chapter and tells the whole medical side of everything. And it was just I just remember him really getting in the guy's face, the doctor, and said, once you hit 50, you don't have a choice but to move more. You've got to do strength training.
mm,
You've got to move your body. You have to stay ahead of it, or it just keeps creeping up on you. Just like you in your story with the stress. And I'm sure at the moment, and you can tell me at the moment when your body was taking all that pain, probably didn't know it was related to stress.
no,
And
no.
how many people are out there walking around not understanding the importance of moving, especially even more so as we
mm,
age?
Mhm,
And and then not even being aware of how that's actually affecting our bodies, um, mentally, emotionally. Like it's all that stress that we don't process manifests as
mhm,
physical pain.
mm,
And I love that you bring the two together, the
mhm,
movement and the mindset,
mhm,
bring it all together in a really brilliant package. So
mhm.
you're onto something really good there, Kerrine. I'm
Yes.
very excited for you. That's so awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So when you're working with clients, like if someone comes to you and they've got aches and pains or whatever, they're hearing your story and they're kind of resonating, and you're like, they just don't know how to take that next step to like jump in and say, okay, Kerrine, I'm ready to, for you to, for your guidance. What are some of those things that hold them back from actually taking you up on the services that you provide?
Holds them back. I would say the negative beliefs that they have in their unconscious mind because I have to really teach them that you have you have the self-conscious mind, and you have the unconscious mind, and you have the superconscious mind. And that the
Mm.
unconscious mind has all the patterns that you picked up from you were a child growing up, all the, these negative patterns. Like for instance, um, you 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 when you were a child, you were going to speak at a function and somebody laughed at you. And you made a
Mm.
decision as a child back then that, okay, I will never speak again because it's too painful. And so you get older and then you want to be a speaker, and you find every time you get up to speak, you have this horrible fear, and that's where it's coming from. So I get that when a client comes to me, I have to get them in the correct structure. What do you want to create? Get out of the problem. And then where are you now? What's your current situation? And then when you look in the current situation, what are the beliefs? It has to do with your identity. Your identity is your values, your beliefs, yourself, your beliefs about the world, self-judgments. So what happens is that all these values, your beliefs are, you have to understand the only belief that you need to have is that you're a creator, and you keep creating until you get what you want. But we have these other beliefs that we should just treat them as opinions, because these beliefs can stop you from fulfilling and having a joyful life, and because you got them from you were younger. But you're not broken. That's what Chris Duncan says. You're not. He has a book that says you're not broken, because you are a spirit before you came here. When you told Joseph Campbell wrote the book about the life's journey. You're a spirit and energy before you came here. But when you came here into this physical body, you had to become, it's like you had to become that little drop in the ocean. Because you have the ocean, then you had to come out. So you had to form this identity. And then we tell you that you form all these identities, like you want to be perfect, you're not worthy, you're insignificant, you're not good enough, you don't belong, you're not capable, or you want to be too perfect. But we teach that within all of those you have a superpower that you can use. You
Mm.
have a superpower within all of those. So you go through this journey where you come here and then you become an individual with a limited view. So it's like there's this whole world, but you're just seeing this limited, tiny view of it when you come in. And you need that has to happen so that you could be in this body to experience what you have to experience. But then you have helpers and mentors, and you go through things, and then you cross over the threshold after you have helpers and mentors, and you go through all the pain and all the things, the learnings, and you eventually come to the point where you become a creator and you get in touch with your superconscious, and you're not any of that anymore. You're not unworthy. You belong. I mean, they have an example where you said there's a baby of carriages. Are you going to tell a carrot there's a place with all these babies? Are you going to tell one of those babies that they don't belong? Are you going to tell one of those babies that they're not worthy? Are you going to tell one of those babies that you're not capable? You're not capable. You bad capable baby. You are not worthy. You're worthless, you baby. You're going to tell a baby that?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
But when you're young and you want to be in the family, and your mom had another baby and she doesn't pay you any attention, not because she doesn't want to, she still loves you, but you decide all of a sudden, um oh, maybe I don't feel like I belong, mom doesn't love me, and you decide in your mind that mom doesn't really love you.
Mm.
But it's just you deciding this so you can have a view of so you can handle it and don't feel the pain. But it's not true, but it's just a way for you to handle and feel. So you survived it. So the unconscious sees that you survived this. And so this plays out through your whole life, this survival pattern that you don't belong. So you're constantly trying your whole life to belong, to belong, to belong, your whole life. So
Yeah,
when
it's
you get, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's interesting how we don't talk to babies like you don't belong, you're not perfect enough. But as adults, like what the heck's happening? We're all telling ourselves that in one form
Hmm.
or another. There's something just like you explained. It comes from that childhood wounding and we carry into our adulthood that we don't even realize is there. Just like that stress in our body, we didn't realize it was the stress causing that pain. Like there's so many ways that life can just get askew, and without
Yeah.
people even knowing really what's happening. And what you
Yeah.
do with your work is to help clarify that for people, shine a light on it. And once they're aware, like, oh, okay, so because I'm going through all this stress, that's why my arm is hurting. I never really realized that before. Now, then you can make the better choices to improve upon that. So I just love that.
Yeah, and the processes are so amazing because while when I there are times when I would be doing my yoga videos and I prepare for them. Before I prepare, there were times when I would get these horrible panic attacks, and that was and so I did a process where it's called massive change history, where I went back to when I was a child and I mean horrible panic attacks. Went back to when I was a child, and I found out that for some reason something happened with my father, and I decided at that moment I felt sorry for him because he was going through this rough time, and I said, Dad, I'll take this on for you. I I won't shine. I won't shine more than you so that you can shine, so that you can be okay. So I made that decision long ago that I wasn't supposed to shine more than my father. And we reversed it and replaced it with I can shine because my father is my father, I am me. It's okay for me to shine. It's okay. And we all have our own light. You can't shine brighter than somebody else. Your light is your light. My light is my light. There's no way, there's no competition. Your light is your light and my light is my light. So, and then after that, no, the thing about it is after that, I'm fine. When I'm preparing for my yoga classes, I'm fine. No panic attacks, nothing.
It's that, and it's
I have
that
yes,
awareness.
several examples of that. Amazing, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's sort of, well, I guess we all know that that link there is between the body and the mind, but
Mm-hmm.
somehow sometimes it sort of get lost. And I really love the way you can just point to examples where actually, yeah, it does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's amazing.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
awesome.
it's all emotional. It's all an emotional thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you just have to dig deep actually to find out what's at the root of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And again, it's not these long, arduous processes that could take
No.
years of discovery and deep diving. Can you speak to that real quick, Kerrine?
Yes. Yes. It's not but that process we did what in under 15 minutes. Massive change history in under 15 minutes, and I was free. I was free because we went back to when I was a child, and your unconscious knows everything that happens to you. So you instantly knew what was going on at the time. The coach says, what was going on at when you were 3 years old? My father was fussing because somebody was stealing his money, and I was feeling really sorry for him. And as a child, you take these things on.
Mm,
I want you to be, I don't want you to be so sad, Dad. I want you to be happy. I'll take the pain for you. And it may sound, I mean, if you're just hearing this, it may sound unbelievable. But Bert Hellinger's book, when it says that when he did a lot of research, and when you are a child, like for instance, he gave a great example. If you're in a family of thieves, if you don't steal, you feel guilty because you want to be part of the family.
It's so powerful. Yeah.
Is that
mm,
clear when it helps you to
yeah,
understand the suffering obligations? You want to be part because you're a child, you want to be part of the family.
yeah.
That's your only family that you know and love. And so if they're stealing, you want to be the best thief because then they're
Mm,
going to love you, right? And if you try to not be a thief, then you're going to have a lot of resistance because that's all you know. So you want to put that in like, or a child may feel that one time I worked with a client, and the only time she had attention as a child was when she pretended to be sick. She even went outside one
mm,
time. She said she went outside into the rain as a child so that rain would come on her so she would get sick so that her parents would
mm,
pay attention to her. So she was getting her illnesses in all her life was for her to get attention.
mm.
You know,
Unconsciously, she wanted
So,
to get attention.
so it's not just like Angie said. It's not like it has to take a lot of time to get
No.
these results. it's just because you need the right process for it. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. And so, yeah, my program is about yoga, meditation, and the coaching. Because, I already explained about what yoga does,
Hmm.
the movements, how important it is to move the body for the muscles and the muscles and the bones. And to, even the Surgeon General says that, you must do some kind of movement at least 2.5 hours a week. I advise 15 minutes every day, some kind of movement. And the meditation, you must do the meditation to get inner peace in your mind and to clarify your mind. If you just even and and I'm having a program coming up soon that I have examples of meditation that you can use, and then the mindset coaching to really get you set on a path of what do you want to create. Because what I should talk about is when you're 50 plus, right? It's a big change in life. A lot of people, if I should say, may feel that, the children are gone, they're not working anymore, that what is my purpose? Because an example, a lady that I know called me up once and said, I'm retired. So what am I just going to do? Sit down at home until I die? Sometimes you feel that you have no sense of purpose
Hmm.
when after 50 plus, you have no sense of what am I going to do now? The kids are gone. I feel and it's lonely. Oh, one of my pillars is community too. I stress about yoga, um, meditation, community, and the coaching. The community is
Hmm.
very important, especially when you're 50 plus. But even though I'm reading now that they're finding out that the younger people are suffering from loneliness too. They may be in a campus with a
Yeah.
lot of people around them, but if they're not connecting to people, then they feel lonely. So the 50 plus connection with people is so important because when you connect with people, it stimulates your mind. The doctors are all telling you how to stimulate your mind. They need that connection with other people. Even if you have a friend that you hate and you argue with that friend, do you know that the argument
Hmm.
stimulates your mind
Yeah, it does.
and
Yeah.
gets the neurons moving? Even if you're fighting it and it
Hmm.
stimulates your mind and keeps your mind active. It keeps your mind active. And then when you're in a community, you have people to boost your self-esteem, cheer you on. I tell them when you go to a football game and the guy kicks the ball to the right side, whatever good side it is. I'm not no football, and everybody just sat there and went, "Okay, he kicked the ball there. Big deal." Nobody would want to go to the game, right? They're
Right.
cheering. And I mean, one time I watched a basketball game and the guy put the ball, when they put the ball in the thing, the cheerleaders would get up and clap and cheer. And then they sat down, they put the ball, get up and cheer. And then they sat down and they get up in their chair. And I'm like, I said to my husband, Bob, do they do that every time they put the ball in? He says, yes. And I'm like, oh my God, they're they're cheering them on. And we all need to be cheered on. So when you're in a
Yeah.
community, you get people to cheer you on. You get a sense of purpose. You feel like you belong. You feel loved. Your mind gets stimulated. You feel connected to people. That plus the movement, plus the meditation, plus the coaching, the four pillars you have and for 50 plus, and that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm all
Mm.
about.
That's
Hmm.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Yes.
Now, um, if people they don't opt in to work with you, what would be one of the main reasons for not doing that
For not working.
with you?
Oh, fear,
Hmm.
uh, fear of the unknown, because when fear of not feeling safe, when you're when you're in that unconscious belief,
Hmm.
the mind somehow the mind thinks that it's safe for you to, like, for instance, with the not speaking in public, right? Your mind wants to keep you safe. Your mind wants to protect you. It's like you have two children, one is short and one is tall, and there's a fence. And the short one can't see over the fence because the fence blocks him. The tall one
Hmm.
can't see over the fence. So that's people who don't want to do the work. They're like the child who can't see over the fence. They
Mm.
can't see beyond their limited perspective.
Yeah,
They, yeah, they can't see beyond the limited
it makes
perspective.
so
So
much sense.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
so they feel it's hard to get out of that safe zone that they're in, and the unconscious puts up a lot of, that belief comes up that
Mm.
I want to protect you, I want you to be safe. That we don't know what's going to happen when you stop doing this. You may not be safe.
Yeah,
You may not be safe.
yeah.
So
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 so you stay in something which isn't great, but it's safe because you know it.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
because you're familiar with it and you're afraid to go to the unknown because
yeah.
you feel safe and familiar because you're unconscious. It's all about protecting you and keeping you safe. If
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't know anything else, it's not going to want to do it. It's just going to want to do that, even though it may not be good for you. It's just
Yeah,
going to want to keep you in that because you're safe. At least we know how this is going to turn out. You can stay safe. It doesn't want to go. But when you make that move to something different, and you see, and then when you teach, that's why we get into the emotion of the end result. You have to be to see it because you're actually trained. Remember, your unconscious mind is automatic, like you're driving a car.
mm-hmm.
You can train the unconscious mind to do it. It's automatic. For instance, I'm breathing here now. I'm not telling myself breathe, please breathe. It's automatic. I'm not telling my stomach to digest the food now, please. No, it's automatically doing that. So the unconscious mind automates things in our body to make them go normally and function properly. The breathing, the eating, the everything that you're digesting is all automated. So we can up level our unconscious thoughts, the unworthy, the not deserving, by you can up level the unconscious thoughts by training your mind when you do the visualizations every morning. Because when you do the visualizations, you're training your unconscious that it is safe. Because your unconscious doesn't know what's real or what's not real.
Mm.
That's why with the recode processes, you can listen to the replay, and still get a change happen because the unconscious, as far as the unconscious knows, it is happening now.
Mm.
The unconscious doesn't know what's real, that something is a recording. It's hear the voice, it's happening now. So so you can, when you visualize that, for instance, you want to live the life you love, and you visualize all the things that you're doing to live the life you love, your unconscious sees it and thinks it's actually happening.
Mm.
So it starts to believe that you can do that and that you will be safe. And eventually you will start to live the life you love because your unconscious is believing it and seeing that it is safe, and
Mm.
you train it. So eventually it'll become automatic and automated, like when you automate things, you train yourself, like driving a
Mm.
car.
Yeah.
A lot of people have had it, if I may say so, that where they're driving and then they get home and they're like, wow, I don't know how that happened. You're driving, I don't know. Has that happened to you? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yes,
because
sometimes.
yeah, well, because like I'll drive every day to the supermarket, not every day when I drive, and I always turn left. So every time I'm driving, if I have to go to I have to go to another part of the town, I'm always turning left. I'm like, oh my God, I have to turn that way because the mind is so used to turning that way
Mm.
that I have to really let it know, no, I want to go this way. So it's very important what you expose yourself to. The unconscious believe in it, and it's very important to protect your energy. I teach people, energetics. You protect your energy. Surround yourself with white light of protection. That's why I teach. I stress very important the morning routine. You do all of that. I say you don't need 2 hours to do a morning routine. You do a little meditation. You do a little movement. You do. Then you protect yourself with white light. You surround yourself with protection
Mm.
because everything is energy. You surround yourself with protection, and that protects you. You're protecting yourself from you keep putting boundaries around yourself.
This is
Always put boundaries around yourself.
Yeah, this has been fantastic, Kerrine. I'm really grateful for you to share all this. This was so
Yes.
amazing. And
Mm.
is there any final words before we ask you the final question of the day? Anything else on your heart you want to make sure gets on this recording?
Oh, well, for instance, I would never have thought that I would be on camera speaking right now. Because before yoga, conscious education and all the things that I did, I was terrified of being on camera. If you were to see my Instagram account 2 years ago, I never showed my face. It was just
Mm.
pictures and pictures. And now I'm just on there all the time talking and carrying on. You may see me on Facebook. I'm always carrying on and talking because I've overcome that. I've trained my subconscious mind that it's safe to do that. It is safe to, and I can shine. It's okay to
Mm.
shine. I'm not dishonoring my dad because that's very painful because you think you're honoring, remember, you're honoring your parents. I'm not dishonoring my parents by shining. Because Chris Duncan teaches that our parents want us to shine. They want us to live the life we love. But we want to honor them by taking on their issues without knowing it. So that's what I wanted to say that, I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for all the processes and all the yoga and all the meditation and the community. Oh my God, the people that I know, the support that I have. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And we have, the support of other people in the community. And oh my God, I just know I never knew before how important community was or is. Just having
Mm.
somebody to just sometimes all you need somebody to just share a cup of coffee with and just talk, and then that releases stress and you just feel relaxed.
Mm.
It's
So
What?
powerful.
community.
Yeah, it's such a powerful message, actually. I was going to say that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if our listeners are listening and they're thinking, hey, I'd like to know more about Kerrine, what's the next step?
Yes, you can go to my website at, I think the link is going to be in the caption, crossroadsamit.com. That's crossroadsamit.com. That actually means crossroads, a moment in time. So my whole thing is that when we all get to that point on the life journey, that moment in time where you have to make a decision. What
Mm.
am I going to change? Am I ready to be out of pain? Am I ready to be out of pessimism? Am I ready to be out of feeling like I have no purpose? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to feel to feel good in your body? Are you ready to feel good in your mind? Are you ready to have a community that loves and supports you and cheers you on?
That's
Yes,
awesome.
they go to
Yeah.
my website, crossroadsamate.com, and they can see what I offer. And I have a free program where they click the button and they can put in their name and email, and they'll get a free program, 3 emails in their inbox. And it's a program, it's called Boost Your Mental Health in 3 days. I have a yoga flow and meditation and, and a mindset video. you know, we've all been through a lot, with, with the COVID that, you may or may not have been
Mm.
affected by it. We've all been through a lot. And plus we have, family issues. These 3 days, when you sign up for that, will put you in a really relaxing mood and make you feel relaxed and calm and inner peace and strong and calm in your body. Puts you in a relaxing mood. So please sign up for that. Boost your mental health in 3 days when you go to the website, and you can see the other offerings. And I'm excited to, I have other exciting things coming up. So yes,
Awesome. It'll all be on that
Yeah.
website at
yes,
Yeah,
Crossroads.
check it out.
Yeah,
yes,
crossroadsamit.com.
yes.
And yeah, fantastic. All right, Geety, let's wrap us up.
Hmm. Thank you for coming on today, Kerrine. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's been fantastic hearing about your business and everything was been wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing. There were so many
Mm.
good nuggets, listeners out there. I hope you were taking notes and you can put many of those things into action right now. And
Yes.
one of them is going to Kerrine's website, crossroads amit.com. And Yeah.
signing up for the free program.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you should do. Sign up for the free program. It's free.
So much value.
If you can open 3 emails and follow the instructions, go for it. There you go.
Yeah,
It
you're
sounds
right.
pretty. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Thank you for offering that. That's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Geety.
I'm Kitty.
And I'm Angie. Thank you for listening to Momentum Makers podcast. Keep your momentum, keep moving forward. And if you want to learn more about what Geety and I do with virtual events, our company is Elite Virtual Stages, and we help businesses scale by using virtual events. And so you can find us, and Angie and Geety, at Facebook as well as on the web at www.elitevirtualstages.com/Phil, Fill. And thanks again, Kerrine, for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. Oh, it's so nice to see you and meet you, Gideon. So nice to see you again, Angie.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
wonderful. This has been fantastic.
This
So
has
many
been
nuggets.
great.
Thank you so much. Keep your
Thank
momentum,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.